yeah, that's a like powerful name. He has his own t-shirt.
Meet Starlord Yukon, and this is his mom, professional wrestler and WoW superhero. It's Ray Lyn, our guest today on Industry Pets. Welcome to the show, Ray Lyn. How are you today?
Doing great, sitting with my little best friend right here.
All right, the man of the hour with all the power, we have Sly, but I'm going to let you say his full name because it's
a lot.
It's too interesting to me. It's so amazing. Tell everybody Sly's full name.
His name is Starlord Yukon Fluffington Pablinsky. I know, it's a lot, but we shortened it to Sly. We just call him that when he's in trouble.
Okay, so that's a lot when you're in trouble to get out. It's probably done with the problem by the time you get done saying his name.
Absolutely.
So how did you come up with that name?
So we got him during the pandemic. We were watching the Marvel series. So we were between Rocket and Starlord, and we just thought Starlord might be a little bit more fun. Yukon, this is kind of random, but so he was born on the same day as my father, and my dad drank Yukon Jack, and I was like, yeah, that's a like powerful name. So Starlord Yukon, and Fluffington and Pablinsky is a play off of our last names.
Now that we know the origin of Sly, he travels with you to your events too. You're a very busy person in the professional wrestling. He travels with you?
Yeah, often he does. Sometimes he stays if I haven't been there before and I don't know the locker room, if I don't know that there's a place for him to go outside. Then he does have a babysitter, and what he enjoys because he really likes going to play with the other dogs. But if I know that I have space for him and there's somewhere where he can use the bathroom, he comes with me a lot. Especially, we recently moved to Dallas. But before that, when we lived in Pittsburgh, any event I drove to, he definitely came. So he's been at a lot of merch tables with me. He has his own t-shirt. I think we're out of them now, but he had his own t-shirt for a while.
As Starlord becomes known in the wrestling community too, are there any heartwarming Starlord and the wrestling fan stories?
So he used to be kind of shy, but I realized when I put him up on my table, he likes, because he's a little guy. He gets a little scared if he's down by people's feet, but he's really like good when he's up on the table. So a lot of people just like to come and see him and give him pets. It's really cute. So there's like a lot of photos. If you look in like my tagged photos on my Instagram, you'll see a lot of photos of Starlord and fans.
If Starlord could be your ringside manager and hit any cues you wanted whenever you wanted, what would be his distraction?
He's just so cute. That would be the distraction. He knows like one trick. He only knows to sit and stay. Say, that's right, I only learned one trick. So that would have to be it. He just have to charm them with these eyes.
What are Sly's top 3 dog treats?
Top 3 dog treats. He loves his greenie every morning, like the teeth brushing one. So like he gets that every morning, and then we do Bill Jack's apple nanners, and he likes sweet potato, anything that has like a sweet potato flavor. I can't remember what those ones are called, but so he's so spoiled. Like I meal prep his food when I meal prep my food. So he eats chicken, sweet potatoes, carrots, and peas. But he's like, I used to get him ground chicken, but he decided that he only eats chicken breast now. He is bougie.
What are Sly's top 3 dog toys?
So he likes the ones that sound like newspaper inside. He has a large rocket pop that's probably like this big. It's bigger than him, and he drags it all around the house. It's hilarious. That's his best friend. Then he has a little chicken, and I don't know, the third one, he loves all of his toys. Like my apartment is always a disaster. He has all of his toys out all the time. I put them away and I think he's like, okay. And then he takes them all back out immediately. So I think the Rocket Pop, Chicky, and then he has a little squirrel friend. So those are probably his top 3.
Finish this sentence. In a perfect world, all dogs would
be with their owners all the time. If I could take him with me everywhere, like I say, if I won the lottery, Starlord and I would travel and we'd be like philanthropists helping people get more pets.
If your dog could turn human for a day and become a wrestler, what would his finishing move be, and also what weight class?
Featherweight, obviously. But I actually sent a video of him giving me a top rope splash.
1, 2,
So Sly watches a lot of lucha, so he'd be like Eddie Guerrero, the super
cool.
puppy Splash.
What are your top tips for anyone out there that watches the show thinking about getting their first dog?
So I think it's really important to know what kind of space you have when getting an animal. Like I live in an apartment and I travel a lot. So I know that I wanted a dog that I would be able to take with me places, somewhere I can fit in small places. So I got a small dog, and Shih Tzus are known for companion dogs. Mm-hmm. So I think knowing what you want and like knowing what their needs are and like making sure those needs match each other. Like I wouldn't do well with a large high energy dog. I don't have the capacity, especially like on traveling days. It would be hard to find places to get him enough walks and enough stuff like that. So I got a dog that just really likes to be with his people.
What's the animal charity that you wanted to shout out for your episode?
Ohio Fuzzy Pets. It's a Shih Tzu rescue. So they are good dogs for like older people because they are pretty low maintenance other than their grooming needs. So if their owners either have to go to a home and stuff like that, they get placed at this Ohio Fuzzy Paws. So it's just a Shih Tzu rescue that I donate to. Actually, I have it attached to my PayPal, so every time I PayPal something, it rounds up and sends them.
What drew you to the Shih Tzu breed?
I grew up with Shih Tzus. My parents had them. We had two very spoiled Shih Tzus growing up. My mom had allergies. They don't shed. Like I said, they're companion dogs. So my parents literally took their dogs to work with them every day. They had their own business. Starlord I barber as well. He used to come to the barber shop with me. He's easy. Well, he's needy, but he's easy as well.
What were the names of your dogs in early childhood?
So my family, all of our names start with R. Roxanne and Robert, my parents, and me and my brother, Rachel and Ryan. So we had Reggie and Raquel. So it was all ours.
Nice.
They were both so different. Like Raquel was like really sassy and only liked my stepdad. And Reggie just loved everybody. And Starlord's like in between both of them. They all have such different personalities.
So if Starlord did have a wrestling theme song, what would it be?
We'd probably pick something from the soundtrack. He really likes Mr. Blue Sky when I put it on. And I always sing Ooh Child to him too.
It's the best song ever, by the way.
Yeah.
You are a Marvel fan. His name is Starlord. So if you got a second dog, what would it be?
Okay, so it would probably be from Stranger Things, Hopper.
Have you thought about getting a second dog?
Yeah, I think Starlord needs a brother or sister someday. It's just not time yet.
Yeah.
I was fortunate. Well, we got him during the pandemic, and I wasn't traveling as much, so I had like a few free months to get him trained. I just feel like if I'm too busy, I don't want a dog I'm not able to like put the time in.
To learn the one trick.
Yeah, to learn the one trick. Well, also he like is really good at telling me what he needs. Like he's good at telling me when he needs to go out. Like we don't have accidents. We never have accidents.
Okay. He's
good at telling me like what he needs. Man, we tried other tricks, but he just was not having it. He's like, just give me that treat.
Does he like to play with other dogs and go to dog parks, or is he more of a just couch potato?
So it just depends. We've had some good dog park experiences, but last time we went, he peed on a lady. So we haven't been back for a while. That was a little embarrassing. He literally hiked his leg up and peed on her. It's like, oh my God, I'm mortified. So we had to find a new dog park.
Oh no.
So it was like too busy. I can't take him whenever there's a lot of dogs. If there's like one or two dogs in the park, he does really well. But if there's a lot, I think he gets overwhelmed.
Now, in hiking and stuff, when you go work out like that, do you take him in a backpack or do you let him walk with you?
We would let him walk with us, and he would get tired out, so we end up carrying him. So we got a little backpack. He walks a lot, and then we carry him, and then he'll walk and carry. Because he, like, for a little guy, it's amazing how much he'll walk. Like, he is pretty nuts, actually. I remember the first time we took him hiking, he did like 2.5 miles, and then he just like laid at the top of this mountain. Like,
how old is he? You said you got him in the pandemic. Was he a puppy in the pandemic?
He was a puppy. He was, I think, 12 weeks old when I got him. So he's going to be 4 in July.
Do you celebrate Gotcha Days?
We do. Well, actually, we celebrate his actual birthday. Mm-hmm. His Gotcha Day is October 1st. His birthday is July 18th. So we go to PetSmart. He picks out some toys. We get him a cake usually. I make him a steak and some steak and eggs. This is his favorite meal with a little bit of sweet potatoes. Yeah, super fancy. He doesn't get a whole steak. He's a little guy, but we split a steak.
Is there any stories that I haven't asked you about that you would like to share with the world?
Oh, his first road trip. His first road trip was like with Juventud Guerrero.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then he had an all-girls trip. So he's been on road trips since he was a puppy. Who was his next one? Holiday, Danny Moe, and Zoe Sky. So he's met a lot of like famous people, and he's been on a lot of really fun road trips. It was funny, like the first road trip, I remember there was someone, he was sitting on my lap, and there was someone in the backseat eating a quesadilla. He like jumped over and he like just got up in her face. Like we never even gave him table scraps at this point, but he's like, "You gonna give me some of that?"
Can you tell the world how they can find you and what you got going on?
So you can find me on Instagram. It's at Raystar5. Attached to that, you can see Starlord has his link in my bio. So he has his own Instagram. I haven't been very good about updating it lately. We've been pretty busy. I have a lot coming up, but I keep that all posted on my Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter handle is at Ray_Lyn. So I try to keep everything posted on there, and it's always changing. Card is subject to change. So.
All right. Thank you so much, Ray Lyn. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a good day.